This is a very special moment right now, and I just want to document it. I just found a mud snake. I just found a mud snake, guys. I don't give a. I'm kissing the thing. I don't care. I have been looking for one of these snakes for 3 whole years now, rigorously, and I just found one. I was up on that boardwalk over there. I looked right down there, and I saw something that looked. I thought it was an amphiuma at first. That's what I thought it was, but I looked at it with my binoculars and I saw a scale pattern, and I was like, wait a minute, oh my god. There's only one more thing that could be. And it was this guy. Mud snake! Yes! Hold it. Alright. So first off, let me tell you why these snakes are so freaking hard to find. It all comes down to 2 things. Their natural habits and what they eat. So what do these snakes eat? Why are they so special? Mud snakes feed specifically on 2 different species of salamander. One of those salamanders is an amphiuma, and the other one is a siren. They're both very elongated, eel-like salamanders, and mud snakes love them. They have a sweet tooth for them. If you're in a place that doesn't have either of those 2 salamanders, probably not going to get mud snakes there either. So what's so special about the amphiumas and the sirens, you may ask? The thing with sirens and amphiumas is that they're both fully aquatic. They very rarely come out of the water. So being fully aquatic, that means they are extremely susceptible to pollution. Pollution is a huge threat to both of them because obviously pollution spreads a lot easier on water than it does on land. And both species can be very sensitive to any kind of chemical changes that go on in their aquatic habitat. So in turn, finding the 2 of them is also extremely difficult. So if you want to find a mud snake, you don't just go find a mud snake. You also have to find a place that has amphiumas or sirens, which is already hard enough. Even in the places that you can find them, they choose to hang out in the most difficult to access places possible. So this is the other reason why mud snakes are very hard to find, because mud snakes, the places that they choose to hide consist of underneath logs, in the mud, underground in crayfish burrows, places that are extremely hard to access. It also doesn't help that they are strictly nocturnal. So the only times, mostly, that you see them come out is at nighttime. Now, I didn't really see my mud snake in the middle of the day, so to speak. It was later in the day, so it was approaching dusk. It was starting to get darker. It was around the time that their activity would start to pick up, so it did make some sense that he was out and about. It was just a little earlier than I would have expected to see one out and about. But in the end, I don't care. I found one. That's the important part, right? So yeah, those are the 2 reasons why mud snakes are so mind-bogglingly hard to find, because of their natural habits and what they eat. I don't know what to... Look at him. Look at his head. He hasn't bit me once. They very rarely bite people from what I've heard, and this guy's lived up to that reputation. He's also lived up to the reputation that he's poking me with his tail. That's one of the defensive procedures that they, do, is they'll poke you with their tail like that because they're sharp and that's, what they're made for. It, however, is a myth that they will secrete a green poison from that tail and envenomate you with it. That's complete folklore myth. That's not true at all. All right. So this is where stuff gets a little weird. Mud snakes do have a myth that has tagged along with them throughout the years. So basically, here's how the myth goes. It goes like this. So you're walking along, right? You're chewing bubble gum, you're whistling a tune. Not a thing in the world could go wrong, right? When all of a sudden, your frolicking is interrupted when you look to the top of a hill and you see a snake coiled up looking back at you. You stop, frozen, wondering if this snake has also spotted you. Oh yes. Yes, he has, little Timmy. You get ready to turn away and continue to be ignorant of the dangers of the world. When all of a sudden, the snake does something really weird. He takes his tail and he puts it in his mouth. Oh wait, that's a little weird. He's now formed himself into the shape of a wheel. Next thing you know, that snake is rolling down that hill after you. He's turning himself into a wheel and he is rolling down the hill after you. You're standing there at the bottom of the hill googly-eyed at what you're watching. You do what any snake would do if you caught it. Crap yourself. Timmy's lollipop is falling out of his mouth because he's gaping in shock. The snake is gaining on him. He's getting closer, so Timmy decides to run. He looks behind him for a split second and sees that the snake is right on his tail. 1 second he was rolling in a ball, now he's sprung up into the air straight as a spear. His sharp, pointy tail tip is locked precisely within the path of Timmy's back. He impales Timmy. He goes straight through Timmy and kills him instantly with a green poison that is secreted from his tail. Little Timmy is now dead. Timmy's just lying there. His propeller hat's like flown like 10 feet away from him. He's gone. The mud snake then vacates his fresh kill and travels back to the top of the hill to survey like a lighthouse for his next victim. Does that actually happen? God, no. Of course that doesn't actually happen. They do have a pointy tail, but it does not inject a green poison. That's completely false. One of the main reasons this is silly, and it is clear that this is just a story, is because mud snakes don't really live in places that are hilly. They live in swamps, okay? I mean, as far as different habitats go, swamps are like way at the bottom. They're completely flat. There's really no hills in a swamp. Okay, so that whole scenario wouldn't even happen in the first place. But that's the story of the cold-blooded killer, the mud snake. Stay safe out in the woods, kids. All right, let's get back to me freaking out like a little girl now. That's been a myth that's been going around for quite a while. I don't know what to say. I don't care. I've been looking for one of these things for so long. Still don't want to catch salmonella, but don't kiss snakes. Is it extremely unlikely that you'll catch salmonella from handling a snake? Of course it is. Pretty much the way salmonella is spread is not through the snake's body itself. They don't really carry it on their body. They actually carry it in their feces. So unless you are taking a snake and literally eating its shit, you are very unlikely to catch salmonella from a snake. However, it is true that you are more likely to catch salmonella from aquatic snakes because the particles of their feces can travel through water a lot easier than it could through land, and they could have particles of their feces on their body. Is it extremely rare? Of course. But still, take the safe route and don't kiss snakes. But I probably won't, but like... Oh yeah, if I don't say this in this video, I know someone in the comments is going to tell me that I'm encouraging kids to go get salmonella and get sick. So always wash your hands after you handle a snake, no matter how low the risk of getting salmonella is. Oh my god, it's a mud snake, guys. The last day of my school year, and I find a snake I have been looking for very intensely for 3 solid years. It's not in Memphis. It was basically in Memphis. The place I found this is literally less than 10 minutes into Fayette County. So yeah, it's not in Shelby County, but it's basically in Memphis. I still want to find one in Memphis, but this is literally only 30 minutes away. 30 minutes away from my house, not Shelby County. Here it is, just right there, in plain sight. It wasn't even under a log. I didn't kick it up. I didn't trap it with anything. It was literally just sitting in plain sight on the ground. What the man? I'm speechless. I'm speechless, guys. I honestly don't have any words right now. I'm gonna get pictures of him right now. I might take him home and get more pictures of him another day when it's sunny, because it's late right now and it's not really light out. And I want to get every possible picture I can of this guy, because I don't know if I'm ever gonna get another chance to photograph one of these things. I probably will, but just in case. All right, guys, that's an eastern mud snake. What I've been looking to find for so long now, and I finally did it. Alright guys, well that's it. That's the conclusion to my 3-year search for a very elusive snake that ended up paying off in the end. Like I said I would, I took him home for a couple days and waited for the weather conditions to be just perfect for the best possible pictures I could get of this snake. And it ended up being a fantastic photo shoot. I got some awesome pictures, and the picture I ended up posting on Instagram got like over 600 likes or something, so it was pretty crazy. Go follow me, by the way, at Lost in the Woods 18 if you guys want to go see that picture and other awesome reptile and amphibian pictures. It would be greatly appreciated. You guys won't be disappointed. The snake is now released, happy in his swamp kingdom, and right now I'm going to enjoy myself a little popsicle treat for this nice hot summer day. I'm gonna kick back and enjoy life. I will see you all later. I hope you guys liked the video. I hope you all learned some cool stuff. And that is the mud snake. Peace out. Have a good one, guys, and I'll see you around.